What's going on, and welcome back. The other day I was cleaning out my closet. I was cleaning out my closet. I was kind of like organizing it, and I ran into these little beauties right here. It's not a lot, but I ran into these Nintendo Powers, and I thought, man, I haven't seen these things in years and years. And I wanted to share them with you guys today because I thought this is a blast from like the past, literally, like a little piece of like nostalgia. I'm going to show you the Nintendo Powers that I do have. Fair warning, some of these are in pretty rough shape. They went through hell while I was growing up. But the first Nintendo Power that I ever got was this one right here. This is the first Nintendo Power that anybody ever got. I think they had to send out for this in the mail. I don't remember sending out for this, but obviously I did because I have it right here. But what Nintendo Power was back then was they would show you tips and tricks for games. They'd give you like maps, and they'd give you previews of games that were coming out. For example, like this one had Super Mario Brothers 2 on the cover. So you flip to this page, or to this page right here, and they give you like the maps of the games, and they were pretty helpful back then, because back then there was no such thing as the internet, right? So I look over these magazines and I thought, wow, this is so awesome to have something like this. Of course, The Legend of Zelda, the second quest, I don't remember going through the second quest. I never did, I believe, but this is pretty cool. The complete strategy map, but it's not so complete. As you can see, it's torn in half. That sucks. Man, if I had this complete, I would probably like frame it and put it on my wall. There is a Nintendo Power that I am going to frame, and I'll tell you all about it. But again, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves was on this cover. As you can tell, the cover is all torn up. And I was looking at these the other day, and I thought, man, these are so cool. I remember like just poring over these magazines, even and reading everything that was in them, even like games that I didn't have, especially like this one, Robin Hood. I remember I always wanted to play this game, and obviously I can now because I have that little mini NES modded, and I did try it out, and I really didn't like it that much, but I'll give it another shot now that I found these, right? So I got some maps and stuff to look through. Another one that I found had is this Mega Man 2? No, this is the Mega Man for the Game Boy. But check this out. It still has the KB Toy sticker on there. I don't know if I can get it to focus or not. But yeah, this still has the KB Toy sticker on here. $3.49 for this magazine. It's got Ninja Gaiden 2, Dragon Warriors 2 and 3, ActRaiser, Super Mario World, and Gradius 3. And this is what I was telling you about. Like, they'll have like tips and tricks on here. So you have like classified information. That's what they would call them. And they give you like tips and tricks for the different games that were popular at that time. For example, The Hunt for Red October. I don't know how popular that one was, but Battletoads, another super hard game. NES Open. Mega Man 3. It's a good one. Of course, this is beautiful right here. Dragon Warriors, was it 3? Yes, Dragon Warriors 3. And then the Super Nintendo started coming out, and they had, you know, the Street Fighter 2 Turbo on the cover, and they had, I believe, was the map for Aliens in this one, right? Was it Aliens? Aliens 3, Alien 3, I'm sorry, not Aliens, Alien 3. And yeah, I do still have the complete map for this game. Well, this was actually like a little poster, but still it's pretty cool. What did I see in here? Oh, a game that I don't have that I wish I did. So I see a lot of people play it on YouTube, and that's Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Another game for the SNES that's pretty expensive, and I don't know, rare, I think, kind of rare. And I have some Nintendo Powers that are in a lot more worse condition. Look at this thing's falling apart here. The pages are coming out. Man, what a shame. Let me see, what was this Nintendo Power anyways? Oh, this had Super Metroid on it. Yes. The King of Dragons. I guess this must have been a Super Nintendo game. The Jetsons. Oh, and another thing that Nintendo Power did have was comics. They did a little comic strip in their magazine. This one just happened to be Super Metroid. So yeah, these are pretty cool, man. I love looking at old Nintendo Powers. Another one without a cover on it. And I believe this one was featuring Double Dragon 2. But the big cover story, I guess, on this one was Willow. Another one of my favorite, absolute favorite NES games. And of course, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was featured in this one, along with another one of my favorite NES games, which was, if I can show you right now, I just saw it a while ago. I'll flip it through here. Well, it wasn't featured. It's like 2 pages long. But another one of my favorite NES games, which is Clash at Demon Head. What is this? Ah, love this. Love it. Too bad it's only like 2 pages long, but Life Force. Now, I'm going to show you a Nintendo Power that I didn't know. Well, I had back in the day, and I had given it away, and I asked for it back, but I thought I gave it to somebody, and I didn't, and somebody else ended up having it. So I don't want to confuse you, so let me start from the beginning. So about maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I'm sitting here and I decide I wanted to play one of my favorite NES games, which might sound strange to a lot of you because a lot of people don't like this game. I absolutely love it, and that's Castlevania II Simon's Quest. And I'm sitting here playing it, and I knew I had the Nintendo Power for this video game. It had maps in it and stuff. I went looking for it. I couldn't find it anywhere here in the house. And then I remember, it's like, oh yeah, I gave it away to one of my buddies that doesn't live here in town. He lives out of town. So I texted him. I was like, hey man, I know I gave you this Nintendo Power. Do you think I can borrow it while I play this game? And when I get done, I'll send it back to you. And he texted me back and he said, yeah, sure. Just go online and there's all your maps, there's all your tips and your tricks, and there's your Nintendo Power. Just look online. I was like, really? It's gonna be like that, huh? So he didn't want to give it back to me. Little did I know he didn't have it. So I ended up playing through Simon's Quest, and obviously I had to look online because it's been a while since I had played that game. And I don't think, maybe it was like 2 months later, my buddy shows up and he's like, hey, I have a lot of video game magazines, do you want them? I was like, oh, obviously yes I do. So I was going through them, and here it was. This whole time I thought my buddy from out of town had this magazine, the Nintendo Power that has Castlevania II Simon's Quest, and he didn't have it. My buddy that lived here had it. I forgot that. I didn't give it to him, I gave it to him. So I got it back. I took a picture of it and I sent it to my buddy and I said, thanks for the magazine, it's here now. But and even he was confused. He's like, wait a minute, I thought you gave me that. And I thought I did too, but obviously I didn't. But yeah, and I know he's watching this. But yeah, this one is kind of like near and dear to me. I love this Nintendo Power, because I would sit here and I would pour through the maps for Castlevania 2, and I loved looking at not just the maps, but all the artwork for the game that they had on here. See the whips, and they show of course the pictures of the monsters and stuff like that. So I love this. This is probably like my favorite gaming magazine right here that I'm holding in my hand. This is like, out of all of my Nintendo Powers, this one is like probably the only one that's in more decent condition. Now right here in my game room, I have a couple of Castlevania posters from newer Nintendo Powers and a Simon amiibo, which I'll show you at the beginning of the year. But I think I'm gonna frame this. I'm gonna put this here on my wall because I want to keep this forever, or for as long as I'm here on this earth. Yeah, I just wanted to come on here and show you some of my old Nintendo Powers. I know this wasn't a very interesting video, but I got excited when I found these. As a matter of fact, I went on eBay because I wanted to see how much these cost, because I wanted to get like the whole complete Nintendo Power set. And that's not gonna happen because these are expensive. These can get pretty expensive. So unfortunately, this is what I have. So I gotta take care of these. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.